All right, I want to welcome everybody to another great episode of For Me to You Sports Talk. My name is Jonte, and I am joined here today with Stan. We got another great show for you all. Like I say, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Please continue to support us on YouTube, iTunes, Libsyn, Instagram as well. Anything you can think of. Spread this podcast because I think everybody should hear about it. Everybody needs to know about For Me to You Sports Talk.
No doubt.
Tell them what we got in store for them.
We got a specific question right now, man. Are the Celtics for real or not? What you think? I don't know yet.
I think they're as real as they can be.
What's wrong with the Cavs? Everybody want to know. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's tweeting about it and whatever else they can
Under
get their hands
500.
on. It's been looking bad, but we'll talk about it. Got expectations for Lonzo Ball.
Are they too high?
Are they too high or what? I don't know.
We're going to talk about it.
Then we got the college football power rankings and what's wrong with the Big Ten, if there is anything wrong with the Big Ten. I know you don't want to talk about it.
Here you go with that again.
Talk about it. We just got to get into it, man. But anyway.
Big Ten making me look bad.
Let's go number one.
Number one. All right. So are the Celtics for real? I think the Celtics are as real as they're going to get. I think Brad Stevens has put Kyrie in a great position to lead this young team. Tatum goes out there. He plays hard. I think he's averaging, what, 13 points a game. Jaylen Brown has looked good. Like, Jaylen Brown has definitely advanced his game. Because I think coming out of Cal, I was like, they took him top third. And I was like, he really couldn't shoot that well. And his handles, at times, I mean, he still can't dribble the ball as well. But I see the progress in his game. Jaylen Brown is more of a transition player.
He's a slasher.
Yeah.
He's a big wing and a slasher.
And that jumper, he's been knocking that. He's been knocking that three ball down. Now, Marcus Smart. We have to give him credit. This is a guy who they call on to guard LeBron. This is a guy who will guard Steph. This is a guy who will guard Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart is a key component to that team.
He's the quintessential glue guy.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
If you ever had a glue guy before, you know what I'm talking about. That guy's that guy.
Draymond.
Thank you.
Draymond Green.
Person.
So just in case y'all don't know what we talk about like the guy that you have to have.
He's an X factor.
Yeah, because he can do so many things.
Right.
Now with Gordon Hayward being out, I don't know. I don't know how far they'll get. I see them, of course, losing to the Cavs, and like I said, we'll get into that next. But we're on to the Celtics.
I got a question. We're talking about the Celtics. We're talking about their progress and whatnot they've made so far in this little bit of time that we got. Is this a classic example? I'm asking y'all this. Is this a classic example of the team rallying around an injury and having that spike of energy? You see what I mean? And kind of performing or overperforming, should we say, their potential.
So they're like overachieving. What are they on, like a 9-game winning streak?
9 or 10 game winning streak. You saw this before, right?
We have.
Trent Green goes down. All of a sudden, Kurt Warner steps in. Rams go on this historic run. Tom Brady got his break because guess who got hurt? Drew Bledsoe. You see what I mean? This is football. We got examples in our sports. How you feel about that? Do you think that's real, or you think that's kind of? I'm just coming up with that.
I actually think you brought up I think you brought up a great point because teams can rally around certain things, and at times I think people need things to get them going.
Right.
We know that first game against the Cavs, they didn't look like that first half. They were like, just like lollygagging, like it was like they was like the Cavs really brought it, but the second half we was like, all right, come on y'all, we done went to the locker room. How about we turn this ship around?
Right.
And now they're on the like I said, I think a 9 or 8 game winning.
I think it's 10.
10 now?
Yeah, I think
so
10,
it's like the Cavs are. The Celtics. Thinking of Kyrie Irving. I think Brad Stevens has put Kyrie in a great position to lead his team. What shocked me was when I seen him beat OKC. Kyrie, we know can't nobody in NBA guard Kyrie Irving now.
Right.
This guy went at Russ. This guy went at Paul George, and this guy went at Melo as well, and catapulted his team to beat the Thunder in OKC. That's saying a lot.
I think the Thunder have gotten beat by quite a few teams, though, as we've seen them attempt to jail. So I wouldn't necessarily jump to the conclusion that the Cavs,
you wouldn't give that. So
I wouldn't say the Celtics are so much better just because they beat OKC. I mean, who hasn't beat them right now? If we look at the schedule, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But at the same time, I do kind of concur with your assessment that Brad Stevens has put him in a good position. Speaking of Kyrie Irving,
he's a great coach, right?
But what I will say though, does that mean that he can really lift the team? Do you think that he's in a position right now where he can, like we talked about last time, we talked about Kyrie, can he really lift the team? Do you think they're better than Milwaukee? With the moves that Milwaukee just made, are they better than them? In a 7-game series, do they win? Question time.
No. It's close.
So what's that mean?
Okay. Will this currently constructed Celtics team beat Milwaukee? No, they don't have an answer for the Greek Freak. That's the problem. But I think it can be close. I think it can go 6 games.
Right.
Will they get beat? Will they get swept? No, of course not. But I'll say Milwaukee in 6 as of right now. But you got to think about this now. As the year goes on, they're only getting better. So this Celtics team will only play with more confidence. So
I think they'll fall back to the median. I think they're
so?
gonna. Yeah, I
so
think
you're
they're
saying
gonna
they're not?
regress to the mean.
They're not
going
to finish first in the East.
Nah, I don't think
right.
so. Maybe. I mean, maybe. But I don't think that they will actually get better. I'm talking about record-wise. We all seen how records can go.
Yeah.
But when you get better to the point where when you in a 7-game series and you need it, can you perform? Can you ascend? Can your record be reflective by how far you go in the postseason? That's what I mean.
Good question.
I don't know.
And that question remains to be seen. But like I said, I think the Gordon Hayward injury was big. Now, but even with the Gordon Hayward, I still wasn't putting the Celtics past the Cavs. I think maybe if the Celtics could have got a PG-13, but you know what? The owner was like, I'm not about to trade you to the East. I'm not about to let you come over here and wreak havoc on my team. So I'm going to trade you to the West. And if I see you, I might see you in the finals. Well, actually, we ain't even getting to the finals as the Pacers. So, you know, we're in a rebuilding stage. But I'm not about to have you in my conference and dominate my conference as well. So, like I said, Paul George, then I'm like, whoa, this is somebody to look out for, or even a Jimmy Butler. But I still don't think Gordon Hayward was going to put them over the top anyways. I like Kyrie, though.
I don't think he put him over the top, but I do think he provides an additional score and half of a playmaker. I don't say he's a full-fledged playmaker, but I think he can do it at times. You know, at times he's shown that potential.
I got a curveball for you right
what's
quick.
What's up?
This ain't even... We didn't even talk about this right here, y'all. So this is straight up. So this straight out there. Right here. Go
ahead.
Who would you take, Steph or Kyrie?
Wow.
Does it depend on the system?
I got questions about that question.
Okay, go ahead.
Are we talking about on their teams that they're on right now, or are we talking about just I'm building a team regardless who I'm taking?
It's Game 7. And I'll say you're building a team.
Okay.
How about that?
It's Game 7 from a building a team perspective.
Yes. And the pivotal matchup.
Give me Steph.
Steph over Kyrie.
Give me Steph over Kyrie.
The pivotal matchup is Kyrie and Steph on each other the whole game. You're taking Steph.
Give me Steph.
Are you crazy?
The reason why you got to give me Steph, basketball 101 here, fellas, spacing. I understand Kyrie can do all that he can do, and he's ridiculous with the ball in his hands. Mm-hmm. But when Steph Curry doesn't have the ball in his hands, regardless of where he is on the floor, he's spacing it. So anybody can make plays backside or front side because you got to extend 30 feet out to guard Steph Curry. You don't do that with Kyrie Irving. You wait till he gets the ball, and then you be like, okay, let's rally around this guy.
Kyrie has range as well.
Different. He does. But does he have Steph Curry range?
No, nobody has Steph Curry range.
That's why I'm taking Steph Curry. Count it.
So you're gonna take Steph Curry off of that.
No, yes, because of what he does to the whole team.
But watch this.
To the defense.
When you have,
come on, man.
And then we have to take Kyrie's defense into play. Kyrie got a defender. He has better defense than Steph.
I don't care about.
He has better defense than Steph.
That's like saying, I mean, come on now, really? That's not a very good upgrade. Put it like that. It's not an upgrade.
I mean, if it isn't, let's see who.
He's a liability. He's a liability just like he is.
Kyrie?
Yes.
You better go check his record.
Kyrie's a liability.
You better go
unless he wants to.
This guy is disrespectful. He needs to pay attention.
Kyrie's my guy.
Kyrie is we haven't seen it since Kobe. This is, you have Kyrie here.
Seen what since Kobe? What are you talking about?
That killer instinct. What are you talking about?
Oh, so he's a killer now.
It's not. Oh, he's been that.
Oh, he's a killer now.
He's been it.
Okay. If he was a killer, then why wasn't he killing people before LeBron James got to Cleveland?
Oh my God. And here he goes with this.
He couldn't kill people then, right?
He was still balling.
Was he? But he wasn't killing people.
Oh, my bad. He had what? Deion Waiters. Deion Waiters is actually balling with Miami now. No, we have to look at the roster. Okay. Kyrie was still going out and getting his. Now, that's the thing. Kyrie is doing the same thing with the Celtics. Now, we know coaching plays a huge part in that.
Huge.
Kyrie can still go out there and put up numbers on anybody. Now, when you look at Steph and you look at Kyrie Irving, I'm not going to say it's an easy decision because I think it's a win-win no matter who you choose.
I'm not angry if I get Kyrie.
Yeah. But Kyrie is somebody that he's going to, I'm not going to say the Steph can't, but this is somebody that defense really has to respect. Yes, you have to respect Steph, but I'm saying it in this sense. When Steph's three-point shot isn't on, offensively, it's like okay. But the spacing thing, he does open up. You're right, and he does open up so many lanes for everybody else. Now Kyrie is a guy that can beat you off the dribble. This is a guy that can come off a pick. This is a guy who can catch and shoot.
Kyrie
This is a
don't
guy
beat you without the ball in his hands as much. Not nearly as much as Steph. Steph can beat you with the ball or without the ball. Not Kyrie. He's a with the ball in his hands, kill you, break you down.
I think that's
guy.
Golden State system.
That's what he is.
I think that's Golden State system.
I think the system suits Steph Curry.
Oh, I think the system suits all of them.
You take Steph Curry out of that system and you put him in any other environment, I think he still does the same things.
Oh yeah, he's Steph. This is a guy who has transcended the game.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't think that if you put Kyrie in Golden State system that he has the effect that Steph has. That's what I'm saying.
Well, Kyrie does need the ball in his hand more. He needs the ball in his hands more.
He's a ball-dominant point guard.
I think Steve Kerr will almost like alter the offense towards. But then again, I don't know because you can plug anybody in there and everybody looks good just about in that Golden State offense and that's why KD wanted to go there.
Right.
Everybody touches the ball.
Yeah.
Now that was a curveball we had to throw in there. Good topic. I'm gonna still take Kyrie. He's gonna take Steph. I don't know what's wrong. Y'all seen what my boy Kyrie did to him. Y'all seen what Kyrie did to him. Game 7 in Golden State. He showed you. He took it from him.
He got buckets, which is what he does.
Yes, but now, so what's wrong with the Cavaliers right now? If you had to pinpoint it, tell me what you think is wrong.
You gonna say is they ain't got Kyrie. That's what you gonna say, right? They missing Kyrie, huh?
I'm not gonna say that. That is one of the points.
Okay.
But that's not the main point.
Okay, I'm glad to hear you say that. No Isaiah Thomas. I think that's still huge. Let's not ever forget that. The kid ain't coming back till probably January. That's tremendous.
He can score.
I mean, he can do it. I mean, that's 30 points. Potentially. I'm not saying he's going to score 30 points again like he did last year, but I mean, come on.
You got to respect him.
That 20 to 30 is huge. We need that. That's going to add to our package offensively, and it's going to help our defense because now you're responding to us scoring more on you. That wears down the team. I think they're kind of just cruising, to be honest with you, until they get help. Yeah, until they get help, I think they're kind of just cruising, trying to stay healthy. I think LeBron is kind of just...
They're cruising with 10 games in, guys. They're cruising with 11, 10 games in. The Cavaliers
I think that's what they're doing. You watch them, they're not playing defense. They're not playing hard.
They're not.
At all.
I think with Tristan Thompson out the starting lineup, I think that's where you first made that. I think that's where Ty Lue made his first biggest mistake. Tristan has to start.
Whoa.
Whoa, what? Why? Who else do they have coming off the bench to protect the rim?
Why does he have to start?
Tristan has to start.
But why though? I'm saying why.
Why does Tristan have to start?
Yeah.
What? Smart. Tristan has to start because he provides that toughness. Besides LeBron, I mean Crowder also provides that toughness.
Jae Crowder's pretty tough.
He is, but he isn't guarding anybody.
Tough.
He isn't guarding anybody.
Your best wing player, likely.
Okay, yeah, and what they gonna do? Drop 35 on him? Jae Crowder is another body. That's disrespectful. That's not disrespectful.
Jae Crowder's not a defensive specialist.
He's not a defensive. Jae Crowder has defense. He's not a defensive specialist.
Well, who is?
So is Iman Shumpert a defensive point guard specialist or whatnot? I guess.
I mean, no. I think he was at one point.
Yeah, in New York.
I think he was at one point.
In New York.
I'm saying I think that he's at that level now that Iman Shumpert was when he was in New York. I think that
Jae defensive specialist
is a wing defender.
Okay.
Specialist.
So you put him in the same same category with Bruce Bowen? A guy like that?
Bruce Bowen, well, yes, I do. Individually, yes, I do. I think if you put him in San Antonio's system,
don't try to go there.
Bruce Bowen, he outperforms.
He does?
Yeah, man. Bruce Bowen was a dirty player, by the way. I like that you went with Bruce Bowen instead of going with like the glove or somebody who was like a legitimate defensive player. I mean, you know what I mean? Like he was kind of a gimmicky.
When y'all watching this, you can, if you break your camera for this guy saying something that crazy, I wouldn't even be mad at you.
If you say so.
This guy just said that Jae Crowder's in the same sentence with Bruce Bowen. Well, since you try to throw my point out there, I will give it to you anyway.
Let's go.
For one, I've said this: LeBron cannot be the best scorer on the team. That might sound crazy because in the fourth quarter, you're gonna have times where LeBron's like, "Hey, I want to pass you the ball." They're like, "Wait, you better than me. Why are you giving me the ball?" But that's LeBron's. That's LeBron's makeup, and that's why with Kyrie, a guy who can shoot, a guy who isn't 5'9", 5'10", because height does matter. Okay. Height matters. That's why IT won't be that effective against a team like Golden State. I mean, he'll go out there and give you 20. You talk about liabilities. That's a huge liability. But with Kyrie, you had a guy, and I've always said this. I don't think Kyrie ever seen LeBron James the way everybody else seen LeBron James. I think Kyrie always felt, and Kyrie carries himself with this, I'm better than him anyways. I'm the man. I'm the best player on the court, so give me the ball when it counts. Now, who are they gonna get the ball to? D Wade, D Rose.
Can I interject?
Go ahead, interject.
Sir? Okay, I just want to ask you one question. Mm-hmm. Name one team that LeBron James has ever played on that he was not the leading scorer.
Yes,
Please go.
he's LeBron James.
No, he's LeBron James.
LeBron James is a living legend. He is LeBron. LeBron
James.
is a living legend, but what I mean is being the best scorer on his team. He's not the best scorer when Kyrie Irving's ever on the court.
So if I got more blocks, if I got the most blocks on the team, am I the best shot blocker?
If you have the
if I got the most blocks on the team the whole year, am I the best shot blocker? Am I?
Let's see. How can I?
Don't attack the point. Just make sense of what I'm asking. Just be logical in the situation. That's all I'm asking. Be logical.
Okay. All right. So
am I though? Am I?
If you're the yes.
Okay. If I'm the best, if I got the most assists at the end of the year, am I probably the best assist guy?
Probably, but that doesn't mean that you are the best assist guy. Maybe I was passing the ball to open players and they kept missing layups and missing shots. But when you was passing to them, they just so happened to make it.
Oh well, results matter by the way.
So don't try to act like it's a correlation. You're trying to bring a correlation into this.
How you pass the ball determines a lot of times how the shot's gonna come off.
Basketball
1-on-1.
But
by the way,
okay, but that don't mean that everybody can. It don't mean that everybody can finish.
If you don't want to agree with those points, that's fine.
Okay.
Let's talk to you then.
Keep going.
If LeBron James is averaging more points than everybody is on any of the teams he's ever played, it's quite obvious to me and most people that he's probably the best scorer on the team.
He's not. Kyrie, he was never the best.
Yes, he is the best.
No, he was not. No. And that's the problem.
He is the most dominant offensive force as well as the best scoring threat on your team because you have to respect the fact that he can do everything with the basketball.
Not everything.
Kyrie,
he can do a lot. LeBron
can.
LeBron still does not have a post game.
He does have
No,
post
he does not.
Yes,
No,
he
does not.
Watch the tapes.
Guys, LeBron James does not have a post game.
LeBron James
doesn't.
He probably has about 5 assists a game out of the post, by the way.
I'm talking about like
Will
operating
in
the post. Operating in the post. He didn't watch Hakeem Olajuwon.
Dunk? Is that what you want him to do?
No, it's not.
Step dunk
It's not.
everything?
If you talk about Will Chamberlain evidently, that's what you want him to do.
Well, by the way, Will Chamberlain didn't drop step dunk everything. He had an array of post moves. Watch the tapes.
But you need
to watch those tapes.
Hakeem Olajuwon is a guy, for one, anybody who watches basketball know LeBron still has not developed the post game to where it should be.
I don't know. I believe
that isn't hard.
I think he's done everything to a level that it should be.
Is his post game better than?
Maybe not to where you want it to be. Why would you want his post game to be better than an actual post? By the way, he does everything else. You were talking about Hakeem Olajuwon, right? You're comparing his post game to Hakeem Olajuwon.
No. What I'm saying is maybe he and I think LeBron actually did go to Hakeem Olajuwon.
A lot of people did. Dwight Howard did too.
Kobe did too. Yeah, you're right, and that's the thing. But I think LeBron can add on 8 to 10 more points per game if he did operate out of the post. For one, look, peep this right here, y'all. So y'all listen right here. Golden State, what did they do? Right? Okay. Golden State said, all right, we're gonna put Iggy on you, right? And as soon as you start the drive, we're going to have everybody collapse. Now, you know how much harder that would be if LeBron actually got the ball in the post and actually did something in the post, and that would just open up the floor even more. But
so you're saying you want LeBron to get into the heart of the defense and post up.
Why are you trying to make it sound so bad?
No, I'm asking you. This is what you're saying. Because what LeBron does with the ball anyway is get into the heart of your defense usually, which is what Golden State was inviting him to do, making him make the correct basketball plays.
From about 20-something feet.
I'm LeBron James. We just talked about that, right? I think this guy just wants LeBron to be the best basketball player of all time in every facet. And if he's not, he has a problem with him. The guy does everything at top-notch levels.
Don't get me wrong. I am a huge
Besides 3-point shooting, maybe. I go 3-point. Okay, 3-point shooting, maybe.
In post game, you're not giving him post game. You're not giving. Kyrie Irving got a better post game than LeBron James.
No, he doesn't.
Kyrie Irving don't have a better post game than LeBron.
He doesn't get as many of his points out of the post game or in the paint.
And LeBron does.
James does.
Come out.
Yes.
See, don't misconstrue driving to
points
the
accounted for as well.
Oh God! Oh, now you're trying to throw that in there. So
that don't matter.
I'm talking about getting the ball in the post with your back to the basket and doing something with it.
You're talking about just one specific thing about the post? Come on, man, the post is everything.
Yeah, you can pass out the post.
What about the mid-post? He does mid-post. That's what his game is right now.
The mid-post?
It's extended from the mid to the post. That's the post. Mid-post, down low post. Mid-post, down low post. LeBron James catches the ball at the elbow, extends down to the baseline post. This is what he does.
Yes, he does catch the ball. He does catch the ball at the elbow. I see it a lot. But and then usually when he catches the ball at the post, what does he do? He He gets you in a triple threat, and he's going. LeBron doesn't have a back to the basket game for him.
Neither did KG.
Do not bring. What?
If that's the case, KG
Yes,
was very famous for facing up and going around guys and then making the correct basketball plays.
But we know KG still has a. Oh, so I guess you haven't seen KG.
LeBron James does too. Exactly.
Man, LeBron shoot those crazy shots against teams that he know he can beat. I want him to do that against Golden State, and that was the thing I was talking about. I actually made a post about this, and I realized whenever you say anything about LeBron James, you got to be ready for the backlash that is going to come for you.
This is ridiculous.
So this is what I said, right? So I want y'all to pay attention. I said this. I said those same shots LeBron was taking against Washington. I wish you would do the same thing against Golden State. I wish you would have that much confidence against Golden State. Now, this is. Hold on, I'm about to let you interject. The whole one-legged shots LeBron to do, the whole running to the right and throwing. I mean, LeBron does crazy passes, and he can probably pass better than everybody in the game. Or I don't know. He is like top 3 passer, but you have to see the cockiness. You have to see how LeBron goes up against teams that he know he can beat. He don't take them serious at all, and I just wish he would do the same thing when he plays Golden State. I think he plays more uptight, and that says a lot about LeBron's game. That says that he doesn't trust. That means that he doesn't trust the shots that he takes as much. Go ahead.
So, are we talking about results or are we talking about aesthetics as far as how he looks?
Oh.
Are we talking about results or are we talking about what he looks like when he's playing the game? It sounds like you talking about what he looks like.
Looks like, yes.
I don't care about that, and most people who talking about analytics or, that's kind of what the game is now, is analytics, they care about results. So if we talking about him taking the same shots and fading away and doing this, that, and the third, the man averaged.
I know.
What did he average against Golden State
I know
in the finals?
It looks different.
Every year. What does he average combined, cumulative, against Golden State in the finals? But he's not playing, though. But he's not playing
I'm not saying
to
he's
the
not
level.
playing.
He's the best player on the court.
Have that same confidence.
He does. I'm averaging over 30 every time I play these guys.
And it goes back to the same thing.
And I beat y'all when y'all was supposed to be the best team ever.
LeBron is a freak of nature. LeBron has an IQ out of this world. LeBron is gifted. LeBron should do all this. Now, there's still parts of LeBron's game that we like, why aren't you doing this at all times? Do not act like when they lost game 4 back. No, what game? Because they got swept, right? Didn't they get swept?
Gentleman's sweep, 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1. I'm sorry. My bad. My apologies.
No problem.
So game 5. Fourth quarter, LeBron was just driving down doing his spin dunk thing that he should have probably been doing since the first quarter. Now, I understand LeBron has had to guard KD. We ask LeBron to do everything, and then when LeBron doesn't do it, people always have something bad to say about him. Now, that's not me.
Oh, okay.
But I can still point. No, it's not me.
Okay,
it's not me. But I can still point out some things in LeBron's game. His post game has to.
Hey, you know what? Tom Brady can't rush. Tom Brady can't run like Michael Vick either. I don't like Tom Brady as much. I think we should demote him. Let's go. You know what? Shaquille O'Neal can't make free throws. So, man, you know what? He's not one of the greatest centers of all time.
1, 2, 3.
Hakeem Olajuwon didn't shoot threes.
4, 5. Tom Brady has 5 rings.
He has 3.
Tom Brady?
We're talking about LeBron James.
Okay, my bad, but you said Tom Brady.
In this new era. Yeah.
You can't bring up nobody who got more. Come on, Tom Brady. Tom Brady is.
I'm just talking about the fact that he's not a perfect player.
Nobody is
deficiencies.
Perfect. But come on. But this is my thing. When you're in the NBA, LeBron, you haven't had a back-to-the-basket game before. Now, okay, I'll say this. LeBron's jumper has gotten much better.
Okay.
He has improved. He's worked on it.
Okay.
But your post game, if you know that this is something that you need to work on, I want to see that same work that you put in on the offseason transit into the game. And I have not seen that. Kawhi Leonard has a better post game. I can probably name.
Kawhi Leonard's post game is not better than LeBron James right now. It's not. It's not. And he doesn't find people out of the post like LeBron James does.
I'm talking about post offense.
That is a part of post offense.
Scoring. I'm sorry. Post scoring.
When I get the ball and they converge on me in the post and I pass it to a guy, but they do.
They don't.
But they do
sometimes.
But they do.
Sometimes.
And then I pass it to a person who's wide open, and he hits an easy and efficient jumper. That is post offense, sir.
Sometimes
whether you want to agree with that or not, it's post offense.
LeBron's back to back. See, this guy's never. See, this is another subject we never. We're never gonna agree with.
By the way, I'm just basketball analytics. And
I got you. We're never gonna agree. But it's good. But see, that's the thing about this podcast. Me and Stan, we come on here time and time, and we don't always agree with each other, but we try to throw out the best points that we can make. And you know what? We'll live to see another day. Now,
no doubt.
Lonzo Ball.
Oh man.
Are the expectations too high for Lonzo Ball?
I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
Is he the best rookie on his team?
Is he performing like the best rookie on his team? No, he's not. I think Kyle Kuzma is probably the steal of the whole draft, by the way. I think he is a steal. 30th? Or 29th, 30th? I'm not sure. I believe it was 30th.
I have a theory. Okay, and after I say this, I want you to tell me if I'm reaching a little bit. Gotcha. Right? Kyle Kuzma coming out of, we said it last time, was it Utah?
I believe it was Utah, yes, sir.
Utah, right? Yep. Kyle Kuzma coming out of Utah, Lonzo Ball coming out of UCLA, right? Lonzo Ball had a lot of hype behind his name, especially from his father and the way he played. Now, let's not take, we can't take anything from Lonzo Ball. Now, when you come to the NBA, you have all these fans, you have all these expectations that are laid upon you. A guy like Kyle Kuzma is as simple as like nobody expected anything out of you. It's like, well, we took you, but our face is supposed to be Lonzo Ball. Right. So is Kyle Kuzma performing better because he don't have that pressure that's laid upon him like Lonzo Ball?
That's an interesting question. I think that
I said a lot.
No, that's real. I think that is a very good point, that he doesn't have the pressure, and pressure, we all know, that can contribute to how good you play or how bad you play. We always know that.
Anthony Bennett?
Yeah, no.
From UNLV?
Had all the pressure.
That was pressure right there.
Yeah, he was selected number 1 overall, right? And just floundered completely.
Oh, my bad. That was another dude that I think Kyrie had on the team too, y'all. So remember we was talking about Kyrie? Yeah.
That's another guy who I bet LeBron James would have made better.
You right. I can't even lie.
I'm just saying.
I can't even lie to you. LeBron is probably the best at taking the worst talent and making them into something. Like, that's a LeBron trait, and it's like you won't find too many players like that.
No, back to Kuzma though. I do think without the pressure, I think he's contributing way much more than we all expect. He's performing over his potential, at least what they said his potential was. I think him moving into the start lineup was huge. Walden, you're doing a great job, by the way. I think Lonzo just.
He's not physical enough for me.
I think
he was never physical.
I think he's questioning his talent right now a little bit.
Think so? I actually was talking to somebody. They said the same. They said at times they see it because he has a nonchalant game. Lonzo goes out there and play, but they said at times that they see that it's like Lonzo be like. He's kind of questioning, like, oh, should I do this? Should I not? But then again, could also be his shooting motion. When he goes to the left, it's easier to get especially the way he shoots the ball. Now, going to the right, you can't.
That's unorthodox, yeah.
Yeah, it's like so unorthodox. And his physicality, I think that's something that this offseason or maybe the second part of this year, we need to see that improvement from Lonzo but maybe that's not who he is. And then I think as fans, I know me in particular, we can kind of put expectations on guys before they even live up to anything.
Right.
I know I did that with Reggie Bush.
They mature, yeah.
With Reggie Bush, and now Reggie Bush done honestly ruined it for me for every scat back that comes out. I'm not taking you first round. That's why I wasn't so high on Christian McCaffrey. I'm like, I've seen this with Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush, he had a pretty, I guess you would say a good NFL career, but not to, if you compare USC Reggie Bush to NFL Reggie Bush.
For anybody college stuff to their pros thing, most people.
Yeah, I was about to say you better clean it up because Tom Brady.
Most people.
Yeah, clean it up now.
But back to Lonzo, man. I think he needs to shoot with more confidence, man. Because a lot of times when you watch the kid play and you see him take these shots and make these passes and whatnot, when he makes the passes, ultimate confidence.
Oh, yeah.
You can see it in his face. It's infused in his whole body. When he shoots the ball, he looks a little deflated. It looks almost like it's his only thing he has to do at the time. So he's like, man, I guess I'll just shoot it. So nobody's going to respect it.
So you're saying that's the last resort for Lonzo?
Yeah, it's like the last resort. I guess I got to shoot this because,
shooting 29% from the three-point arc and like 29% from the field goal arc as well.
Yeah, I won't say it's the worst of all rookies, right? I believe.
I don't know. And my favorite thing is not being able to throw a rock in the ocean. I didn't think I would see a worse jumper than guys like 3-point arc, especially.
You talk about him, Josh Jackson.
Yeah, some of these guys, I'm like, man, he really can't shoot the ball like Rondo. I think Rondo might have had a better percentage than Lonzo Ball, but
wow, took less. Gotta take that into consideration.
Yeah, it does, but that's bad to not be able to shoot. But physicality is the biggest thing I think Lonzo needs to work on.
When you say expectations, though, when we talk about expectations, I think when you start comparing him to the Jason Kidd of the world,
and that's what's going on right now. A lot of
you can't compare him to the finished product Jason Kidd though.
Okay, you talk about from when Jason Kidd first came in.
Yeah, when Jason Kidd first came in, there was a lot of questions about Jason Kidd. He was turning the ball over a little bit. You can go back and look at the stats if you want. I mean,
I will.
I'm not going to question you about that, but you can take my word for it or not, whatever.
Right.
But their first 10 games is very comparable. I actually saw this on a publication, I believe. Their first 10 games are very comparable. Like as far as turnover ratio, assist to turnover ratio, shooting percentage, everything, points per game even.
Okay.
I want to say Lonzo had better points per game. But my point to say is this: when you compare him to the stage he's in right now. Compare him to what we're actually seeing, not to projections, because we all know those are always wrong. At least probably about 80% of the time, those get those wrong. Easy.
So I have another question for you, and I want you fans out there that's actually. I'm not even gonna say fans. I'm gonna say supporters because that's what y'all are. Now, if D'Angelo Russell was to stay there and they didn't draft Lonzo Ball, do you think the Lakers would look the same?
I think they would look worse.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they would look worse. It's a lot that goes into a team, man, especially a young team, and I don't think that D'Angelo is a good teammate. I don't think that he's a good person to start a foundation with.
Are you judging him off of what he did to Nick Young?
I'm judging him off of everything that everybody said. When you got talent like D'Angelo Russell has, you don't get rid of that guy. You don't move him to another team. You just don't do it. Mm-hmm. That kid can do everything with the basketball in his hands almost.
He can.
I mean, it's nothing about. So it's something more to that. And I think that Luke Walton understood that and said, "Hey man, y'all can take this kid."
Yeah, Magic was like, "Hey,
yeah, you can take him, man." I understand he's a kind of a cancer, to a certain extent. And you can't have those. I think until he grows up, you'll just always see him put up numbers, but he'll never have success.
So you do expect for Lonzo Ball to progress I'm not gonna say every rookie, but you do expect for his game to get better, and you expect for him to move on. Like you don't expect
growing pains.
Yeah, so
these are growing pains right now. That's all I'm saying.
And then it's hard. So we talked about this, like being a point guard in the NBA today.
In the Western Conference.
You don't have a night off at all.
Right. You do not. Damian Lillard coming to town this day. Then you got Conley next day. Then you got Westbrook day after that.
James Harden, Chris Paul, whichever when you say Westbrook. So it's like it's so much that actually goes into being a point guard, especially for the Lakers.
Right.
Like you already got the light shining bright on you, but we'll see what happens. I mean, Lonzo Ball is a good talent, and I think that we have to stop putting. What did you say? What was the word you said? Premature expectations on these players, and we have to let them actually perform and see what they can really do before we go out there and say, "Oh, Lonzo Ball is going to win Rookie of the Year," because Ben Simmons said, "Not in my house." Ben Simmons
ain't a rookie to me though. I mean,
he is
kind of been in the league. I mean,
for a year,
watching. You're sitting, kind of getting this gauge of how the speed of the game goes. That's an advantage. I don't care what nobody says. That's an advantage. And the kid does have talent. So I mean, he's going to come in. I think he's going to be a little bit better than most rookies. Plus, he kind of has to. It ain't like there's a whole lot of talent around him. I mean, he kind of has to do what he's doing, or they don't.
No, there's a lot of guys who
can do what Ben Simmons does.
Who go in situations and they don't perform. Say it again.
Who can do what he does? Are you talking about what he can do, or are you talking about the expectations of him possibly?
What are you talking about?
Because you just said he's something about him performing.
No, because you said this. You was like, you said something about Ben Simmons. You said there's nobody around him, and you said that
can do what his skill set allows you to do offensively on his whole team, anywhere in that organization. Nobody can do what he does.
But there's not a lot of guys in the NBA that can do what Ben Simmons does, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of becoming a positionless game where you got a lot of wing players being able to do everything. I mean, at centers, we got DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis on the same team can do everything.
We do.
The game's evolving. That's what I'm saying.
We do, and like I said, you put the Pelicans in the East. I think the East will look. I think the East will look a little different because.
Yeah, I think they win the East maybe. I don't know.
That'll be because right now I'm over there watching the Pelicans and I'm like this is the DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis thing. They both go out there and score, but against the Western Conference opponents they go up against, it's like, that's not enough. It's like, those two guys put up like about 70 by themselves, and then the Pelicans will only wind up scoring maybe 95 points.
Yeah, 100,
yeah. But 70-some, 3/4 of it that already came from, D-Cuz and AD.
Yeah.
But that's basketball. We have college football. The playoff rankings just came out. And I said the Big Ten was the best conference. And you know what? I'm not going to go back on the things I've said because the Big Ten, although Ohio State lost to Iowa, that's kind of a trap game now. That's kind of a trap game because Iowa plays hard at home. Iowa plays really hard at home, and there's a lot of teams who play hard at home.
Right.
Now, Penn State wound up losing to Michigan State. Okay, that was kind of. Michigan State plays hard. This is a well-coached defensive team. Quarterback, I don't know, and they always have a running game. So they usually got a running game, and they usually have a defense.
Right.
Right now we have Georgia sitting at number 1.
Okay.
Bama sitting at number 2,
okay.
and we have 3 SEC teams in the top 10 right now.
Right. That conference that you besmirched.
No,
I believe.
I didn't do that.
I believe that word.
I
fits.
said
You like that word?
I gave praise to Georgia and I gave praise to Alabama. Auburn doesn't have.
You said unless it's Alabama, you don't want to talk about it.
No, it's our Georgia. You do this every time.
I believe. Go run the tapes back.
This is
I believe this man said.
Oh, okay.
If it ain't Alabama, he don't want to talk about it when it comes to SEC. It's Alabama and a bunch of whoever's. I believe that's what
my bad. Well, if I did say that, then I left out Georgia.
Okay.
Because I did give Georgia credit. I mean, they have 4 running backs who are just loaded, right. And they have a pretty good defense. But Kirby Smart is under the Nick Saban tree, so we'll see what happens. Do you think a Big Ten team gets into the playoffs?
I do not.
Wisconsin is the highest ranked team and they're 8th.
I don't see it, and I think if Wisconsin did get in the playoff, they get their head beat in by every team that's in there. Easily.
Okay,
Mashed.
So Big 12. Do you think Oklahoma gets into TCU? I don't think
they should be.
I don't mean either.
Defense horrible.
I'm sorry, but I'm just looking at matchups now. Baker Mayfield is a wild card, and that's the thing when you get guys like that. But for one, okay, Baker Mayfield, you're gonna score on Alabama, but I'm gonna say this right now. Your defense is just going to get ran through like Alabama might run for 600 rushing yards. They might break the record. Just all handoffs on y'all defense.
Ugly.
And I'll say that's from top to bottom from the Big 12. I think the same thing. In the Pac-12, it's like you just don't get it. I don't know if this selection committee. I don't think this 14 thing is enough, and I don't think that there's enough parity in college football.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think other than Alabama, I guess right now we could say.
What about Notre Dame? How you feel about Notre Dame?
I don't like Notre Dame, to be honest with you, and I'm biased. I'm just real biased towards Notre Dame. So I'm speaking from a little bit of a biased perspective. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think they're always overhyped. I think they jump at every chance and opportunity to pretty much put them on that pedestal, man.
They can't win, and right now Notre Dame is ruining it for one of these conference teams because for one, okay. I was actually looking at their schedule. They played Georgia, lost to Georgia by 1 point. That was in September. Right now, Georgia might drill them. First or second game. It was one of them. Right now, and it's Notre Dame is. I'm sorry, y'all just left a bad taste in my mouth after I seen what Eddie Lacy and them did to y'all. Y'all left a bad because
you believed in them.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't believe in them, but it's all right. How about we give Notre Dame a chance? And Notre Dame gets the chance, and you go out there and look like that. Now I know you have to forgive teams, but. I agree with you. I'm not too sold on Notre Dame, and I've never been. This goes back to Brady Quinn, and they got the Jeff Samardzija, O State beating them. It's it's like Notre Dame is like the poster child team for the college football.
They combine
alumni
religion and history.
It's we have to have Notre Dame good. Notre Dame doesn't have to be I'm sorry, this isn't the team that. This isn't the Jerome Bettis or the Joe Montana. No,
Tim
Notre
Brown,
Dame. Stop this, guys. Notre Dame isn't for real. Now Clemson, I still think Clemson has a good defense.
Right.
And I think the ACC is Clemson right now.
Miami's undefeated. I think.
Right.
Miami's undefeated.
And that's another team. They don't have an off. I'm sorry. Let me backtrack.
Okay.
Their quarterback play isn't good enough to beat Alabama or Georgia.
You don't like the Rozier kid?
No, not at all. Not at all. And I know some people watch this are Miami fans. No, not their quarterback. Okay. Not him. Now, I like Miami's defense. I think that's an opportunistic defense, and they turn the ball over. And you see the little U chain. That's got a lot of people. That. I like it. I think one of my friends actually looked up how much it costs. I want to say around that was 5 figures.
Oh, the chain?
Yes.
Wow.
That's a real Cuban link chain for real.
Okay, and they can't pay the players, huh? I don't talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that. 5 figures.
It was something ridiculous. It was something no. We gonna put this on y'all. Yeah, but no. They can't pay the players. But like I said, Miami.
Okay. I think you're disrespecting Miami a little bit, man.
I'm not disrespecting them at all.
I think a little bit. I think the kid he performed in a few games where he needed to make a play fourth quarter, and the defense wasn't out there to do it for him. The kid did what he needed to do.
Did you hear what you said?
I like him.
You said key points in the game, right? No, you said in the fourth quarter?
Fourth quarter, key points in the game, yes.
We comparing them against Alabama, right? You got to make a play.
I mean, comparing
every Alabama. That's what I'm looking at. I'm talking about guys who can get in there and make it competitive. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, he's mobile, so I think he could give Alabama trouble because we all know the one thing that Alabama is susceptible to is a mobile quarterback. We know that, right?
I put that on my Instagram. I put that on my Instagram.
Just saying.
What, Cam? Since Nick Saban's been Alabama,
Cam,
Deshaun
Nick
Watson,
Marshall, which
Johnny
wasn't even a great
and he should have won that game. Right. Oh, no, he actually did beat them one time. Game, but they should actually beat them again.
They kicked 6. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Right.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing because right now you standing in that pocket, but that's the thing. Georgia quarterback isn't mobile, but they got a running game and defense.
But, when you got that type of running game, though, and then you have those weapons on the outside.
Oh my bad.
Well,
I think Todd Gurley went against them too. Todd Gurley, and he didn't do anything against Alabama.
Oh yeah, he didn't. Dylan Fournette. We talked about that. Like, I mean, they'll scheme you, man.
Yeah, like that's all. And then it's gonna be up to Georgia's quarterback, and it's gonna be so many times throughout the game, and he's a pretty good quarterback, but you're gonna like just make the right read, and like LSU, I was literally sitting there watching that LSU game. I said all he needs is a quarterback. LSU needs a quarterback.
We know that,
and this happens year after year after year after year. It's like. They just don't get the job done.
I think Georgia did a better job, though, because they got 2 kids that were top 10 in their classes. I want to say top 5 in their classes. The Easton and the Fromm kid.
Oh, yeah,
both
definitely.
Top 5 guys.
And then Georgia's actually keeping people home. That's something like Georgia, for one, that state is too rich in football to not be good. Like, Georgia comes in and they usually have, Georgia's going to do this. They play Alabama, lose, and then they, like, lose their self-esteem for the rest of the year. It's like, Georgia just, like, goes downhill. Okay, so what about TCU? How you feel about the Horned Frogs? I like what they're doing.
I don't, to be honest with you. I think they have a decent enough for a Big 12 defense.
Yeah, definitely.
Not decent enough to compete at the college football playoff level, though. Mm-hmm. And offensively, I don't like anything they do on offense. I think they try to get a little too cute with the Kenny Hill kid. I think they need to just run the football and use their perimeter guys effectively. Short yardage throws. They try to do too much big down the field stuff. I don't like it. I think they're susceptible to turn it over.
Washington. Same thing. Y'all will get dragged up and down that field by Alabama. Yes, I don't want to see no Pac-12 team in there. I'm sorry if y'all watch this podcast and you're a Pac-12, you're a Big 12 fan. I don't want to see none of y'all get in there. Honestly, it need to just be like 3 SEC teams, and the 3 SEC teams need to be Georgia, Alabama, Auburn, and then you can put one more other team. Like Clemson, Clemson, or make it Georgia. Yeah, make it. How about? I'm sorry, but right now the way it's looking, it don't need to be 2 conferences to get in the playoffs, and I know these coaches are gonna get mad. These athletic directors are gonna be mad. Like, hey, we only lost 1 or 2 games. Yeah, y'all giving up 60 points. Oklahoma, y'all will not cut it.
Wet paper time.
But you brought up a good point. I wouldn't mind seeing a Georgia, Bama, Clemson, and Miami. As of right now, Notre Dame. You know what? Actually, they play Miami Saturday.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a great game.
This is gonna be, and if Notre Dame win this game, if Notre Dame wins this game, and they go out and win, we know Notre Dame is definitely getting in the playoffs.
Definitely.
But Miami, he said a lot about this Rozier kid. We're gonna see if Rozier performs right now. So remember, y'all, I want y'all to hold his feet to the fire, because he said Rozier is gonna step up. So we're gonna see Saturday night.
Rozier has stepped up.
Okay, we're gonna see Saturday night.
I'm not gonna crystal ball this situation here. If the kid doesn't perform, I mean, it's on the kid, but the kid has performed so far.
Okay, period. All right, we'll see. Like I always say, it's not about who said it first. It's about who got it right. Make sure you follow the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Libsyn,
all of that.
The podcast everywhere. Just go ahead and share it and get it out to everybody. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss out on the podcast and the newest things we have coming up. So, with that being said, make sure you tune into us next week.